Welcome dear students for the first segment of our grade 9 science class of St. Peter's College, Colombo 4, Nigam branch. Today our lesson is the evolutionary process. The evolutionary process, unit 9. First we are going to discuss about origin of the earth. First we are going to discuss from this lesson about the origin of the earth. Please believe that the origin of the earth took place about 4.5 billion years ago. It is believed that the origin of the earth took place about 4.5 billion years ago. About the origin of the earth, when we think of this, we don't know, we haven't seen. There's no any person have seen the origin of the earth is organic. But there are theories about the origin of the earth. There are theories. The first theory the scientists given is nebula theory. Earlier it was accepted. Now today there is another accepted theory. The first theory was nebula theory. According to this theory, it's explaining that small particles of the materials in the universe drew together due to gravitational force. Due to the gravitational force, due to the gravity, small particles of the materials in the universe, they drew together and they clumped up. They clumped up and the galaxies, the sun and the other planets were made. According to the nebula theory, the materials were in the universe drew together because of the gravity and they clumped up together and formed the galaxies, sun and the other planets. We'll see the most accepted theory of Big Bang theory. Big Bang theory. This is the most accepted theory. Today we have about the origin of the Big Bang theory. According to this theory, the universe is a energy source. Universe is an energy source with a great energy. You know what is meant by energy source. Energy source means the object or the substance which can produce energy. So, universe, according to this theory, the universe takes as an energy source and it has a huge, great energy. Then, a giant explosion took place in it. In this energy, a giant explosion took place, and because of that, as a result of that, large clouds of dust particles were made. Large clouds of dust particles were made. After that, those dust particles clumped up together and the galaxies were formed. According to the Big Bang theory, our universe is an energy source. In this energy source, a giant explosion occurred. Because of that, clouds, dust particles made. After that, those clouds, dust particles clumped up together and galaxies made. The galaxies we lived named as Milky Way. There are two pictures of Big Bang theory. Now we'll see initial Earth. After origin, how it was. The initial Earth, very hot object and volcanic activities were high. Initial Earth, it is a very hot object as well as volcanic activities were high. The earth got gradually, the earth got gradually cooled and less volatile metals were created. Less volatile metals were created. The density is high. Especially we talk about silicon metal. Less volatile metals with high density form. There was silicon also. After that, when the days goes, because of these the metals are there, they are reacted together. So these gases were formed. Carbon dioxide, methane gas, hydrogen sulfide gas. These gases were formed. Carbon dioxide, methane gas, as well as hydrogen sulfide gas. When we talk about the atmosphere, in the initial Earth, in that atmosphere there was no oxygen gas. Because of that we cannot think of living organism at that time, because there is no oxygen. There was no oxygen gas in the initial Earth. These are the gases were formed in the initial Earth. Carbon dioxide, methane gas, hydrogen sulfide gas. There was no oxygen gas at that time. After that, when the time goes again, due to extreme heat of the earth, the water was in the earth evaporated and goes up and form the clouds. When many clouds are formed, when the clouds heavy with water, after that the result is the raining. The extreme heat of the earth has caused evaporation of water. After that, continuous heavy rain for many years. Continuous heavy rain occurred for many years. After that, the ocean were formed from that water, due to that water. Then after that, this ocean were made. In that ocean, the necessary nutrition were there to produce life. We'll see how that is happening. This is a picture of initial Earth. Origin of life on the Earth. Origin of life. There were two theories we discussed. Two theories about the origin of the universe. The first one is nebula theory. Second one is Big Bang theory. Now, after that, we are going to discuss about origin of life. About the origin of life, it is believed that the origin about 3.5 billion years ago occurred. Here, when we were talking about origin of the Earth, is that it was believed that the origin of the Earth occurred before about 3.5 billion earlier. Now here the life origin, we are talking about that. It is believed that about 3.5 billion years ago, life originated on the Earth. Right? Now we will see what are the theories are there about the origin of the life. We will see what are the theories are there about the origin of the life. The first one, theory of special creation. Theory of special creation. According to that, it is believed that from a supernatural power, life is created. From a supernatural power. According to this theory, all living organisms on the earth were created by a supernatural power. When we think of our religion beliefs, in them also we believe that God created the life. God created the like this is also like that. Supernatural power mean that. Supernatural power mean earth were created by a supernatural power. Here this is a picture of that, but this is there is no evidence for this theory, so today this is not accepted. And the second theory, spontaneous generation. Some people believe that the living thing created from non-living things. Living things created from non-living things. This theory states that life was originated from non-living things in a spontaneous manner. In a spontaneous manner, there is no interference of man. Without interference of man, in a spontaneous manner, life is originated from non-living thing. Now here examples given. Rats were born from pieces of cloth. The reason is, every time when we see rats, they are nearby old clothes. That's why the people believe like that. Rats were born from pieces of cloths. And maggots were born from rotten meat. Yeah, they believe that when they see maggots, they believe that they think that because the rotten meat nearby, they have created from rotten meat. Yeah, you know who are maggots? Maggots mean the initial stage of housefly. Then weevils were born from decayed wood. Weevils created from decayed wood. Today we know these are not true, but earlier the people thought like that. That idea, the theory named as spontaneous generation theory. After that, the scientist Louis Pasteur disproved this theory. Scientist Louis Pasteur disproved this theory. This is the experiment he did. He made a soup. And you can see there are two pictures, same types of flask he used. After that, keep for a time. When keeping the first one, we can see same way. There's no any change in that. But when we see the second one, we can see the break, the stem. From the mouth, the stem removed. Then when finally he observing the second flask, there were microorganisms in that. So when observing the first one, there was no any change in that because it is tightly closed. There's no any change. So from that, he disproved this spontaneous generation theory. He told that if any type of living thing enter into this, we can see living things are there. Otherwise, there is no living things inside this. Without interference of living organism, another living organism cannot be created. According to this, he observed that nothing inside this, only there was a soup because it is tightly closed. The flask tightly closed, but in the second, the flask it was open. When the time goes, it was open. When opening, here through this, from the mouth, the microorganism entered into this, and finally he observed microorganisms were there inside the flask. So from that activity, he disproved the spontaneous generation theory. Now the other, this is the scientist of Louis Pasteur, the way he was doing the experiment given here. And here the cosmozoid theory, third one. The first we discuss about special creation, theory of special creation. Second one is spontaneous generation theory. Now the third one is cosmozoic theory. According to cosmozoic theory, it is believed that the life originated on the earth because of a fallen meteor to the earth. When a meteor is fallen onto the earth, in that there was some type of life. From that, life has originated, or from a spacecraft, or by a spacecraft. According to the cosmozoic theory, it is believed that when a meteor fallen or from a spacecraft, a life comes to the earth. And there are two pictures of that. The most acceptable theory is this theory of biological evolution. Theory of biochemical, this should be biochemical evolution. Theory of biochemical evolution. According to that, I explain you the initial earth was very hot. After that, the volcanic eruptions occur, the raining occur for a longer time period, and ocean were formed. I told you that ocean was the good place to origin of the life. According to this theory, it's explaining that in that ocean, the life started because of the chemical reactions occur. This theory confirms that at the beginning of the earth, gases in the atmosphere reacted with each other. First, the gases reacted with each other, and the ingredients that make life possible were formed. Then in the initial earth, there were gases. I told you methane gas and hydrogen sulfide gas and carbon dioxide gas, methane gas and hydrogen sulfide gas. First, they were reacting with each other and make the suitable ingredients to the life. The energy at that time, the energy obtained from the lightning. When the lightning occurred, from that the energy used, as well as from the volcano eruptions, the energy, and from the ultraviolet radiation of the sun. At that time, the energy was obtained from the lightning, eruption of volcanoes, and ultraviolet radiation of the sun. This is we called as theory of biochemical evolution. Now we will see what is known as primordial soup. Primordial soup means the materials. We discuss of the materials when the gases are reacting each other. The suitable materials created in the ocean, in the water, when producing like this mixture, that is we called as primordial soup. These materials dissolve in rainwater collected in the ocean, and collected with the ocean, this mixture is known as primordial soup. Rainwater collected in the ocean and gases were reacting each other and suitable ingredients formed. These are mixing together. Ocean water and the gases, the reacting and the new substances are formed. They mix together and the primordial soup formed. The primordial soup made life originated in primordial soup. This is a picture of that. This is a picture of primordial soup. Then we'll see the way the life originated from the beginning to the mammals. In the primordial soup, the first cell formed we called as pre-cell. It is unicellular heterotropy. It is unicellular and this free cell is unicellular as well as heterotropy. That means it cannot do photosynthesis. Right? The free cell unicellular bacteria, it's a type of bacteria. After the time goes, unicellular algae produce. Unicellular algae produce. After unicellular algae produce, algae release oxygen to the atmosphere. After the algae produce in the primordial soup, the oxygen gas created. After the oxygen gas created, the other organisms origin. Multicellular organisms. After the algae, multicellular organisms created. After that, in water, Cnidarians, Annelida, and after that Arthropoda, as well as in water and as well as in terrestrial environment. Then fish again in water, amphibians live in water as well as terrestrial environment. After that the totally adapted reptiles adapted to the terrestrial environment. After the bird, from the bird, the mammals evolved. This is the flow chart of evolution of mammals. From the free cell in the primordial soup, then pre-cell means unicellular bacteria. It is unicellular as well as heterotrophic. Then after that, unicellular algae produce. Unicellular algae release oxygen to the environment. After that, multicellular organisms, more cells are together form multicellular organisms. Then Cnidarians, annelids, arthropod, fish, amphibians, reptiles, birds and mammals. Then from the unicellular algae, plants also created. We will see how that has happened. This is the plant's evolution process. From the free cell, bacteria, it's a bacteria. From the bacteria, unicellular algae created. From the unicellular algae, less developed plants were created. From them, non-flowering plant. Then finally, flowering plants. Pre-cell, that was bacteria. From them, unicellular algae, less developed plants, non-flowering plants. Then finally, flowering plants created. Right after that, these all are theories. These all are theories about the origin of the earth and origin of the life. We will see the picture diagram about the evolution of the plants and human. Here from this is showing the primordial soup. From that, less developed plants, and here developed plants. From this side we can see the primordial soup, bacteria, Cnidarians, arthropoda. From this side, fish, amphibian, reptile, amphibians, reptiles, the birds, and finally these are mammals. And these all we take as the theories. Then for today we have to discuss out this next. From the next lesson we will be discuss about the evolution process and the theory of the scientist Charles Darwin. Thank you. May God bless you.